Okay, back with another video. I'm going to try to stay positive in this one. Yesterday was a day I'd like to forget. I had a terrible mail day. It was just bad. Very, very bad. There was a couple good things that happened in there, but for the most part the mail day was bad with all kinds of RTSs and that kind of stuff, and it was just awful. One of the bad things that happened is I got an RTS here. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but there's tape that got on here. There's 2 bits of tape that have gone on here, and I would have loved to have saved this block of stamps here because it's a beautiful space set there, and somebody has now put tape on there. I don't know if I'd be able to heat that off of there, but it's probably been ruined. Probably 100% ruined. I did not put tape on that because I just thought it was cool. It was already applied to this particular envelope, so nothing I could do about that. But again, somebody put extra tape on there, and I don't know why. Maybe I didn't seal this. I don't know what happened here. I swear I sealed it, but really don't know what happened there. But again, unfortunately, there's been tape that's been applied on here and ruined that entire block of, because I know several people would love to have that, and now it's garbage. I mean, it's canceled, obviously, but so there was that one there, and that was just only part of it. I only found that out this morning that the tape was on there because I was going to try to clean it off and maybe save it for one of my stamp books, but no such luck here. I got my postcards in the other day, and I was really disappointed with my postcards. I'm not sure if I got to show them off here. I'll show a few of them. As again, I want to stay positive in this video here, but they were not as good as I remember them. And I worked really hard. I got one for San Juan Bautista, which I just sealed up a minute ago. So San Juan Bautista is going out here, and there'll be a stamp on there. I got my airmail postage there, so that's good. So I got my airmail postage here. And then I got this one here for some sort of, I don't know, Presbyterian church and center. I really don't know. Again, I was putting on bids on any postcard and getting outbid on every single one of them here. There were no bids on this one hardly. So in Vacation of 1961, somebody in Velma, Harold and Jill or something, I have no idea. So that one got ruined. This is some sort of Taft Memorial or something like that. I did not realize that that was on there. Then I got the Skyway Twins. I think that's what they call it. The Sunshine Skyway or the Skyway Twins. Very difficult subject to talk about because that bridge has had numerous... the bridge collapsed one time, but I did not realize, I guess, that this was stuck in one of those albums, those static cling ones, and it got the lines on it. So that's no good. Then I got some other Presbyterian church in Florida. I have no idea what that is. And I guess I didn't realize this one here. Well, I knew about this one here. Clearwater, Florida. There's a big... the only way I could win postcards, I guess, if I got them damaged, there's some sort of big glue spot right there. And then I got this one here, Getting Even. Now what's interesting here is that postcard collectors do not even care about the price mark on here. In fact, that helps people know what it used to be and what it was and all, and people are not worried about that little pencil mark there. But I saw some in a baseball book, or not a baseball book, but in a baseball category through eBay or COMC, and they were listed as poor condition because of the writing on it. But postcard collectors, that does not bother them one iota. That doesn't even bear any meaning. But if you're a baseball card collector, that takes your postcard from a pristine 10 down to a 1. That's just how weird collectibles are. One group of people said we do not give two you-know-whats, and then the baseball people just throw up their arms and said, well, I can't have this. Somebody wrote a price on there, ruined it. You know, that's one of the things I hate about card collecting these days. Everything is freaking ruined if you look at it wrong. One guy was buying a bunch of stuff at the LCS the other day, and I don't remember what. I don't know if he was going to get it signed, but he wanted it... I don't know what the deal was. He wanted something. Everything had to be a certain, or it had to be gradable or something. I don't really know what the whole deal was there. So going on with that. But I bought a whole stack of these. They were actually kind of dusty. I didn't realize. Whole stack of these. I don't have the complete set. I spent $10 on a whole stack of these 1996 cards. And if it wasn't for the fact that Caleb's project is coming on soon, I don't know if I'm 80s or 90s. So I will have 80s or 90s cards. The reason why I bought the 96, if you are a fan of my channel and you know things, I basically collected this set. I have about 35 of these signed. I have about 35 of these signed. I've already pulled out all of the duplicates there, so I was paying for some duplicates, but I'm not going to sit there and go through every single one. In fact, I probably would have grabbed the wrong cards, because I don't remember which and who was what and what was which. Let's get out of this here, because that screen is not doing anything for me. And then, so there's that stuff there. So I got a bunch of those. And then, let's see, I'm just catching up here. I finished a bunch of projects that carried out through last week, so that they're all done and they're all taken care of there. I know I had some other stuff to talk about here. Oh yeah, and one other thing is that I ended up last night, I may have ruined one of my nicest autographs in my entire collection. I just got it. And then there was something happened to us. Oh my gosh, so it's in the process of being restored. I don't know how and if. The internet says you can do it, and I'm following up the things, but nothing has changed. So it still looks like it might be 100% ruined. Something got on the autograph, and I may have ruined it. I mean, after all, I worked really hard to save it from the Goodwill bins. And then for me to put my spin on it and ruin it, it just says, what idiot did that sort of thing? Because our problem is, again, with everything in every card community and every collectible, the first thing they do is they say, oh wow, that's a neat postcard. Oh, but it's screwed up here. It's got this garbage on here. Then they throw it out the door and said, you know, that would have been nice, but, you know, out the door. They don't appreciate this for the picture that's on the front there. I don't know what this is. It's just kind of a weird looking event there. This is the... I don't know, the Florida room is a giant arbor, I can't read the rest of it, oh well, some sort of arbor outside or something. I really have no idea. Maybe that's indoors, really don't know. But again, like I said, if I damaged one of the corners on these cards, that would be no good. But again, when I got them afterwards, I wasn't too worried that there was some dust on the bottom or the top of them or whatever. They were flipped this way. I guess the dust would have been this way. Somebody hit the dust from the person that bought them. I don't know. But again, I got that stack for $10 and a few other cards, which turned out to be all 100% commons. All the stars were pulled out. Now, half of the stars were in this set here, so I'm well on my way. But you know, the crazy thing is that these cards have absolutely 100, they have 1,000% zero value. 1,000% zero value, and I'll tell you why. Because you buy the Derek Jeter, you get the entire set, or you buy the Derek Jeter. That's the same price. The Derek Jeter and the set can be almost exactly the same price. You know, a complete set is $40. A Derek Jeter and an 8 is $30+ or something like that. So I mean, what do? You know what I mean? Your hands are tied. But then you go to COMC, and you know, I'm gearing up for the Black Friday. In fact, there's several things I want to talk about Black Friday here. Let's get out of this here. That was not the right screen there I wanted here. You go to COMC, I don't have the right window open, but every one of these cards started off at like 50 cents, but the majority of them were between $1 and $2.50 each. So if you wanted Ricky Henderson, you think, okay, Ricky Henderson, he's not a great card, 1996, probably about 50 cents. No, he was like $2.50 or something crazy. Absolutely bananas. You know, so individually you spend thousands of dollars on a set, you know. So I basically spent $10 and I don't have a Jeter. And then I'm missing probably a good 50 or more cards, maybe 100 cards. I don't know what I'm missing from that set. So very annoying. I got one thing in yesterday from a viewer of the channel, Byron, and he sent me, I had it right here. He sent me an index card of John Duffy, but I cannot find the index card of John Duffy. The letter is right here, and it got mixed into all this stuff here, so oh my gosh, super crazy. There's a note I wrote. Oh, that was my note to Steve Gadd. So I had that 8x10 with Steve Gadd. So that's cool, and I told him about his YouTube videos and stuff, and your videos on YouTube get 400,000 views. But unfortunately, somebody got him in 2020 or something like that, and now he's not at that address, and there's no fresh one on Star Tiger, so whatever. There's another postcard that will be eventually going out here. Hopefully, I am totally out of envelopes, and so was the Goodwill bins the other night. They had absolutely not one envelope. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I cannot use business card envelopes because I'd have to cut, you know, a good, 5% of this postcard off here, and that doesn't do anything for me. That's really the annoying thing. I may have some of these brown envelopes, or these, kind of this color type of envelope. I might have some of those, but that's not really what I want to use here. But 25 and 26, and that came out exactly 51 if my math is correct there. So that'll go off to one of the last post offices here. I might find somebody with a crazy name on there. So that's almost finishing up. One or two more things here before I forget. So we were talking about Black Friday, and I just watched Melinda Murphy's video on Black Friday. She does vinyl records, and she said the Walmart Black Friday, which may already be going on, I'm not sure. Black Friday is one of those terms that they use to describe the entire month of November and maybe even December. So, but COMC won't be until November 20th. So that's what I know. So if it's online, it's probably exact date. If it's in store, it's already over pretty much. Black Friday already happened. But Walmart used to put all their records for $15 that they had, and then several people had said, well, it's only a select few records, and then the entire rest of the store for records is Adele. Tens of thousands of copies of Adele. They couldn't get rid of them, and then Melinda said that the ones that were not on sale were Adele. And it was an average album from what a lot of people have said. It was not their favorite one. I think I even have a copy of that one, and I bought it at the record store on a Black Friday because he didn't have much else to sell. He sold that for $10. It was one of his loss leaders, but still, he was able to get a heck of a deal on it, and they were all the Target exclusives. And I don't remember what Walmart had, but Adele is still plaguing she clogged up the works. And I cannot remember when I went to Walmart or Target what was still there. There might have been Taylor Swift, but it was just like there was a few flopped over this way and that way and the other thing, and not a single record was on sale that I could tell. Every time, you know, they'll have little scanning machines that you use off to the side. Every time I use those, nothing happens or something isn't right. I've never been able to get one of those work. I guess I'm like, electronics are my kryptonite. I really don't understand it. I have absolutely no clue. But one package that was a good thing that came in today, I didn't even realize. I'd gone down the lane twice. I walked down twice, and then there's another door which if I don't go that particular direction, I won't see it. It's like somebody else that got a package delivered to, I forget who that was in the YouTube community, but they got something delivered to a door they don't use very often. So I got one more, jeez, don't need that there. It's nothing gross, but I got one more picture for my ABC collection. We'll show that here, and that's the last one I had that was on the way, or one I had ordered until maybe Black Friday. Hopefully I will be able to get something. I'm hoping the sales are not something ridiculous like 25 or 30%, because that would not do anything for me. But this one here is, I think, called The Terrible Secret, and I don't know if that's brother and sister or what that is, but it's a couple of people that are probably in the middle of, you know, trying to figure out if they want to tell the secret or not. I really don't know. I can't remember anything about this picture here. I did read it, but let's take it out of here. I'll probably get some sort of lovely grease on it. I don't know where that's all coming from. If I have grease coming out of my fingerprints, don't know. But you can see, you don't see much back here, but that's because this is the original piece that's still attached here. There's a rip right in the center there. It was actually stuck here, and I was able to get most of the paper off. I did not see that in the description there, but nothing much you can do about it if it's one of the few that you can get here. But this is Linda Adams and Michael Bean in ABC After School Specials, The Terrible Secret, and this was from 1979. And then there's more of a description right there. This is how they actually come presented, so that's how that is. The other thing is that I said there were 2 each. I may be 100% wrong. I'm still learning things, because the only ones that I've been able to find were only 2 each, but then I found a few others that were actually 3 and 4 each. But that could have been later on, so they may be in the 80s or 90s, they may have switched it up. And then also I'm still finding tons of them that have absolutely no way of researching them. So if you're looking up ABC or After School Specials, or even the date of the episode, you are not going to find a good 50% of these. Those are not listed in some of the different stores on the internet with those in the title. At most ridiculous thing. I think I found something called Oprah Interview, and it was one of those, because Oprah had a series or something. Even Oprah wangled her way into half of this stuff here. So she was able to get in there, and it just said Oprah Interview 1994, and the episode came out in 92 or 93. So that didn't do anything for me. It was not helpful at all. So I was just able to do a random search for ABC photographs, and there was over 5,000 listings that I had to go through, and I just blundered it on blundered on that one around the thousand plus mark or something ridiculous. So to make a positive all this, I'm somehow, oh good, there's a grease spot on that. I'm somehow down to less than 25 postcards I have to get out. Somewhere I'm going to find some envelopes. I don't care if I have to make them. I may just have to make some envelopes, and that's never fun to do, but I've had to do that in the past. I got plenty of paper here that I can get through to do that with. And then I've also got I've also got, fuel, as they call it, for one of these projects here if I get to Caleb's Battle of the Decades project. Again, I don't know exactly when he's going to announce the teams there. Either way, I boxed up a bunch of stuff my brother gave me for Christmas last year, and I still have that, so I might be able to use that. But I really want to do this 1990s one because I need to get some of those cards sent out for my set. One of the reasons I also bought all that stuff there is because one of my favorite sellers on eBay is running out of 1996 Bowman cards that are already autographed. And so, like I said, everybody seems to want a fortune for a set. And other than Derek Jeter and maybe one other person, the rest of the set was just 100% rookies that failed. And then the rest of it's just your basic stars from all your other previous sets. The Randy Johnsons, the Cal Ripkins, the Nolan Ryan. Oh, I don't know about Nolan Ryan, but you know what I mean, all the names, Ricky Henderson's, that sort of thing. Ruben Sierra's, that kind of stuff. It's all of that. So that doesn't do anything for me at all. And there's even no Don Mattingly in this set, which makes it kind of difficult because 1996 you would think he'd be still playing, but they finally decided to retire in 97. So he didn't get a card made of him. It's only 385 cards in the set. So it's a very, oh, that's not the last card there, very unusual set. The earlier cards, I believe, of a lot of the, the first cards, for whatever reason, I don't know if it came out in 2 series here, but essentially what it is, they had blue backs, and then later on, they had green backs. I'm not exactly sure why that was done or what the purpose for that was, but that's how you distinguish some of those. So before I get too crazy and too far in the video with some other stuff we don't need to mention here, hope you enjoyed that. Stay positive, even though, like I said, Monday was absolutely one of the least positive days. Then it got really amazing. Oh, yes, and one more thing. Oh, get rid of this here. I need somebody to identify this for me. If this is anything, if anybody knows what this is, I can guarantee you they're gonna do a Google search and they're gonna come up with everything that I came up with. 0. So I got this at the Goodwill bins for $3. It's a heavy plywood sign, and it is Seattle Coffee Company. Now you look up Seattle Coffee Company, and guess what happens? You find a completely 100% different logo, and nothing that looks anything like this Starbucks ripoff right here. Absolutely no idea. If this was their old logo, but they're not showing it on the internet, I do not know. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot here. Maybe it was a movie prop, but I don't think so, because it has a logo on the back of the company that made it. So it was made for something. All of those, that's not hand painted, that's all vinyl stripes and decals or whatever that's on there. The bottom of the Space Needle got damaged. But as cool as that is, and everybody thought that was so awesome, but it was being thrown around the bins like a piece of garbage. Everything in the bins was being broken, ruined, and damaged. It was so ridiculous last night. Somebody knocked over a lamp. I don't know if that got broken, but 2 picture frames and a whole pile of glass went crashing out to the side. Somebody broke a flatbed scanner. They broke the glass to that. People should be ashamed of themselves for smashing things. I actually broke something, and I should have probably taken it to the register. It was a tiny little lid to something, and the lid was not fitting properly, and that's why I think somebody donated it, because I'm not even sure it was the right lid. So it wasn't a big deal, but people are breaking some really expensive things. I think the picture frames they broke were marked at $5 a piece, so they should have had to pay for those. It's absolutely mind-boggling. People are ripping pages out of books and all kinds of crazy stuff. I know it's all, all set to go to the garbage, and it's absolutely one of the most crazy places on planet Earth. So I'm at the 20-minute mark. Thank you for watching.